What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Welcome to tonight's show. Coming to you on a Monday, and got a show lined up for you tonight. Hopefully, I'm not going to be the only one. I already know Sunny's not going to be able to make it, so shout out to Sunny. She's having some technical difficulties, and so she won't be able to make it tonight. I talked to the fellas earlier; they're supposed to be on, so hopefully we'll be bringing a great topic to you guys. I know we have a topic picked out, but I'm going to just kind of do some other stuff right now, while I'm waiting for the fellas to show up. If you're a regular here, a couple of the fellas usually come in a little bit late, so hopefully we'll get them in here. In the meantime, let's just talk about who we are. So, this is GFT Radio Show. This is our 8th season. We talked about that recently. So shout out to us for, having a great run so far. What up, Dohine?
I'm the first one to report.
I know you show up. I knew you was coming through. I knew I could depend on you.
What's up, bro?
Shit, chilling. So yeah, like I was telling the folks, we bring you guys great content out there. I'll do a full rundown of all the shows. We're gonna go ahead and get started. But yeah, I was just telling folks that we got a great topic lined up for them, and so we're gonna kick it about this topic and just kind of let you guys know what we think. We definitely need to hear from you guys in the comments. Definitely want to hear your thoughts on everything we're talking about today. So definitely feel free and let us know your thoughts. So tonight's topic, we're going to be talking about weddings. Yeah, weddings. So Hype and I both have had weddings in the past, so we know a thing or two about the cost. And if I'm not mistaken, I think you paid for your own wedding.
I paid for everything except the cake and like probably a couple $100 of food, maybe. I got
Okay.
engaged in March and got married in July. So, you can't really lean to nobody and say, hey, I need this, that, or whatever.
Right.
You
Yeah, that
convinced
was
that
that was a pretty quick engagement and a pretty quick wedding after the engagement. So you definitely were crunched for time.
I ain't gonna hold you. I told the day we got engaged, like in the car riding, I think we was going to probably her mom house, my mom house or something. It was like, look, I'm trying to get married in like July because like I don't want to sit here and argue about centerpieces, who's sitting, Willie sitting at the table with Dame and all of that stuff that don't matter. Stuff that matters is do we really love each other? Is we really gonna be married? We really gonna be together? All of that other stuff is a blur. I don't know who was at table 4. They left the
Yeah,
seating chart.
right.
So whoever they left the seating chart. We just talked about this the other day. So whoever was supposed to be at table 4, they wasn't there. It was just like you here for the bride or the groom. Groom's on this side, the bride's on that side. Sit wherever
Right.
you want.
Exactly. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, there's a lot that goes into a wedding, and like I said, for tonight's topic, we're going to be talking about the cost of weddings and if big expensive weddings are a thing of the past. And I think this topic came up because I think we were talking about this was like a few months ago. We were talking about how people are going, all out for proms, for graduation parties, for a little bit of everything that they're celebrating. But then we thought about it. We were talking about how like weddings have been one of those things that have slowly kind of diminished in not importance, but just in just the fact of what people put their value into when it comes to weddings. Not across the board, we still see big weddings out there. I mean, there's some cultures where weddings are a huge deal. We got another man on the line here. What up, Dame? Who's definitely gone through his fair share of weddings. And right, Dame had 2 weddings on the books. So I think that when it comes to how much people value celebrating. I mean, I just recently saw a rapper have a birthday party for their 6 month old baby, not a year old, 6 month old baby. Just looking at what they did for the 6 month old, they had to put at least anywhere from, I would say, 5 to maybe 10, because some rappers, they just go all out. They don't care how much stuff costs. Maybe $10,000 into a birthday party, not even a birthday party. That's a 6 month anniversary for a baby. So
Hold up. See, a couple things here. One, my cousin had a half birthday for my little cousin because his birthday's in the winter.
because of
His
what?
birthday's in the winter. She wanted him to have a cookout, so she had a half birthday.
Hmm.
So I've heard of that before.
No, you know
Second,
what? Actually, I mean, not to sideline us, but actually, I kind of like that idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Hey, your birthday is at a time when one, you're gonna be competing with holidays, and then two, it's cold as heck. So, who wants to, be having a baby out in the middle of the winter, talking about let's have a party. Let's do it in the middle of the year. When it's nice and warm, everybody can be here. It's the summertime, folks are off work or kids are off, you know what I mean? I think I kind
you
of
know
like
what
that
that's
idea,
called?
but kind of weird still. Half a
That's
birthday,
called a
like,
cook. That's just called a cookout. You don't need
I
to
mean,
have
that's
to
what
have
I'm
a,
thinking.
you
I'm
don't have to
like,
have a
I'm,
cake for
I'm
that.
also kind of feeling like you just wanted an excuse to have a cookout.
Can
So
I can
hold
I
up.
give you a rebuttal for that?
Go ahead.
Wintertime probably won't be the ideal weather to go outside in, but if they come to you, you have something to do during the wintertime. You won't be like having cabin fever. Fever. You can go to somewhere like Chuck E. Cheese or a playhouse or whatever. A rec center. They have something to do during the wintertime. Summer, you can also want to compete with summer outdoor activities. People not showing up. Wintertime, people got no excuse. They got to come and show up because they're bored as heck. So if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want
that's a
people,
good point. Real good point. I mean, I've been having a real busy summer. I mean, and I'm not even
Will,
doing stuff with kids
Vacation.
every weekend. I'm
hey,
just, it's
hey,
like
Vacation Willie
some
right
stuff with
there.
Will,
kids, some stuff with
Will,
friends, family. So yeah, it's been real busy.
Will, the way your life is set up, you had a really busy life.
I don't know what you're talking about. Somebody did just tell me I need to sit my ass down, but I don't know what they're talking about.
Hey, I didn't even tell you that. I asked you to build me a computer, so no, I'm not telling you to sit down.
See, this is the thing too now and about the other half of that, the celebrity parties and all of that. This is the thing people never think about. That stuff be sponsored. They're not paying for that stuff.
Yeah,
The
facts.
spot that we have in that is a sponsor, is they paid, they bid to get the most so that we could constantly say, hey, we're down here at such and such, such and such. That's just advertisement. Whoever catered this joint is an advertisement. Whoever hung these decorations, because if you think Two Chains or whoever the hell is having this party for this baby, if you think he's hanging the streamers, the lights, and all of that shit, it's not happening. If I'm having a party for one of my kids, I'm not hanging shit. So I know this nigga's not hanging nothing. Whoever
Yeah,
that person might have been.
that's a
So
great
like
point. That's a huge
them
point.
joints, them joints is business deals. They're not parties. Like that's advertisement and promotion.
And
Yeah,
let's
that's
be honest,
a good point.
the first couple of years of the child's life, the party isn't for them. It's for the parent.
Yeah, true.
The
Copy
child
that.
isn't, unless they got an excellent memory like me, at that early age, they ain't remembering that. They's gonna be for pictures and to embarrass the kid later when they get older, when they go on proms and dates and stuff like that. Oh, here's a picture when we smashed his face into the cake.
Right,
Oh, this
right.
is you put his whole body into the cake.
Not the whole body.
So people told me that I was wrong for saying that, Dame, because my oldest daughter, her first like the baby was, the Rona shut down. She wasn't having no parties. She don't even know that many people. My oldest daughter, she didn't have a party until she turned like 4 or 5, because she
Mhm.
could then say, I want to do this and I want to do that. I'm like, we're not the first birthday party, we're not doing all of that. For
Right.
what? So that your kids can come have a good time? Whoever the character is on TV, like SpongeBob does not come breakdancing and all of that. SpongeBob ain't Wu-Tanging and D-Macking. He doesn't do all that on the show. Which is why
Yeah,
the baby is always scared of the character when you had these parties. Like,
facts, facts.
so the party's not even for you. The party's for everybody else's kids, which is stupid to me because it's her birthday. It's not everybody else's birthday. So when she says, "Hey, Dad, I want to invite him, her, him, her, him, her," okay, now we can do all that. First birthday, we had my uncle, not even my uncle, my aunt boyfriend. He died after his funeral. We had cake and ice cream at the house for my daughter because everybody was there. Wasn't nothing about like, oh, we gonna she don't know it was her birthday. We could have told her it was the 17th, the 18th, the 19th, the 20th. She wouldn't have knew.
Right.
Like,
No doubt. No
No,
doubt. Yeah, that's
no,
true. That's true. But
no,
yeah,
no.
so today we're going to talk about the value of weddings and the decreasing cost of them. And is it a big
decreasing
thing or
costs.
it well in terms of not cost, I'm sorry, the decreasing amount that people are putting into weddings.
There you
And
go.
is it a trend or is it just a fact of life? And so like I said, this was brought about by just us discussing other celebrations. Let's start off with just talking about wedding costs and what we did because if well I don't know what Dame did for his first wedding, but I know I was at his second wedding and Heimp, I think you've
I
talked
got
about what you did
correct.
for your wedding, and I don't know if I've ever talked about my first marriage and the wedding I did for that, but I know we all probably didn't spend 50, 60, $100,000 on our weddings. So what made you choose to
Spent
budget,
like 40.
and how did you budget your wedding so that you could keep it reasonable? Let's go ahead and start with you, Heimp.
All right, from the rip, this is what I tell anybody when you propose to the girl. Look, don't tell them you getting married. Wherever you gonna have that wedding at, tell them grandmama's retiring. Somebody's turning 100. You never tell them it's a
Mm,
wedding. Once you tell them it's a wedding, them chairs cost more, the tablecloths cost more, the cake, everything costs more. Never tell them it's a wedding. That's thing number one. Number two, my mom and my dad had two restaurants, so all my cousins and shit know how to cook. So I went to them instantly and said, "Hey, yo, look, I got about 200 a piece. I need y'all to cook this food for the wedding. Here's the menu. We're not doing a per plate situation because we had 200 and like 60, 70 people at my wedding.
mm,
Can't do a per plate situation. My cousins cooked the food. My other cousins decorated because they do decorating,
mm.
and just had to do like ended up. My brother ends up having an accident on the way to the wedding. One of my groomsmen get killed on the way to the wedding.
Oh shit.
I end up having to pay. That was the same day my brother had the accident. April 28th. What is that? November 29th. Worst day of my life. 2016. Uh, I end up having to pay for like three of my groomsmen suits because now this one's going into depression because, like I said, my man that got killed is like the youngest one of all of us.
Mhm.
So he's going into depression. He's not answering the phone. He's not answering the phone. Now I end up paying for three, four different suits. Uh, like I said, it's not really. My mom is a seamstress, so she could make my wife's dress because that's what my mom does.
Mhm.
So like I ain't really getting cracked really in none of these different situations. It's just like venue and paying for a couple of suits and oh we need another case of fish and oh just those miscellaneous things that you can't even account for. That's
Right.
the stuff that really kills you when it's like oh you need another $200 just for what now?
Right. Right. Right.
Or like all of that type stuff is the stuff that really kill you. So like for real, like if you looking to cutting any corners is don't tell them it's a wedding. It's the best thing I can tell you.
That's a great tip. I mean, I've never thought about it like that because, like you said, when they know you're about to get married, they hit you hard. And don't be trying to get married on a weekend because that's when they hit you the hardest.
But even then, what are they can't once I'm coming down the aisle, like they can't say, "Hey, yo, look, Hank, we're gonna need an extra 600 because you told us that grandma was turning the bean. Like, what's going on here? Like, nah, none of that's happening at this point. What you gonna
Right.
do? Keep
Exactly.
my deposit?
Exactly.
Deposit go from 300 to 1,500. Like, it's a huge difference.
Right. Right. No doubt. No doubt. How much do you estimate that you came out of pocket for your wedding, or not just you, but like total everything that went into your wedding? How much do you think everybody chipped in, whatever was taken, put
Like I
to it,
said,
whatever?
that was all shit. Probably like 20 something, 30. Because like I said, it was all that short of a time frame. Doing it in
Mhm.
that short of a time frame, my whole idea with that was there's no time for the BS.
Right.
Like I
Right.
said, my brother has an accident. He falls 30 feet through a construction site,
Oh damn.
and yeah,
I'm glad
so
he okay. That's messed
my
up.
brother has that accident, and my man get killed the same day on the way to the wedding. Like I never gave out no more invitations or none of that because it was like shit went all the way left. So
Right.
we
Right.
ain't got time for that. Then it was like, should we even still get married? But then it was my brother got married that same year. It was a lot going on at that time.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I can't probably like I'd just say 20, 25, something like that.
Wait, 100 or 1,000?
1,000.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, you did it big.
At
So
270 people.
Yeah.
First nigga I seen when we pulled up. Who invited this nigga? Because he wasn't.
Well, yeah. When you invite that many people, it gets out of hand. That definitely gets out of hand.
So y'all need another case of fish, huh? Oh, okay.
Well, you definitely did it bigger than I did. I think just because of how much it costs to get to where I went to for my wedding, I probably paid more than Dane did on his second. But Dane, what would you say you put into both of your weddings?
Are we including the ring too? Because
No, I wouldn't include the ring. That's because you bought that before. I mean, unless you want to include the wedding ring, but the bando you spent on the engagement ring, we can't include that. That right there, that's next level.
Let's go to commercial and I'll come back with the figures. Oh wait,
sponsored by
tell
Custom.
us what did you do? What did you do for each of your weddings?
I won't have to calculate the first one because we did spend money on that one. Not too much. I think it was $1,500 for not even that. I think it was like $8 something for her dress. The place that we rented from was a gift from her parents. No, wait. I think that was $1,000 for the hall rental. The cake was free. It was a wedding gift from my sister and my brother. Not my real brother and my real sister, but people I grew up with.
Right.
I didn't get a limo. I had one of my boys. He had a nice car. Him and his wife. They drove it. They catered us, drove us from the reception to home to our new home.
Right.
Vacation. Story about the cake too.
The vacation was free.
The vacation was free?
Oh, okay. I had to pay for airline tickets.
Right.
I think we went to Disney.
Oh, okay. Oh, dang. So you spent way more than I did on at least that part.
Well, the thing is, I still had a free ticket from when I went to Disney World. They said if you got these tickets from Disney, I went to 1997 or something like that.
Now, did you? Okay. Got you. Okay, I see.
And I still had 2 amusement parks left on my ticket. They said these tickets are good forever until you use it. Cool.
Oh, really? Oh, dang.
So I still had 2 left on my regular ticket, and I just bought her two passes to the amusement park.
Right.
And when we went, I sold my beat up car that I came back from Florida in.
Right.
So that paid for our honeymoon.
Right.
But it was also a timeshare, which my sister gave me to use.
Right.
So all we had to do was pay for food.
Oh, okay. No doubt. Okay. You cut all the costs. You was like, shoot, who can I take advantage of? I mean, who can
don't tell the truth. I mean, stuff like that.
Right.
The tuxes, mine was free. My tux is
get your tux free if you get everybody else tux, that kind of thing. Yep.
Yeah. I think we only had to pay like $27. So the more people I had in my wedding, but the tripped out part is I had one of my boys in a wedding.
I'm real jealous now. I'm like, I didn't get invited to this wedding.
How many people y'all had in the wedding party?
Yeah, how many people did you have?
4 and 4.
4 and 4. Okay. That's
I think we had 7. So I think we had 14.
Okay. Yeah. I think I only had like 2 and either 2 and 1 or 3 and 1, something like that.
I was supposed to be there. I'm sorry.
Bridesmaids and
sorry, I was poor.
So. Did you say sorry you were poor? Sound like you was rich out there turning up without me.
No. When you got married, I was poor.
No, I don't want to hear that. I invited you to my wedding.
I know that. That's when I was poor. I didn't hit the lotto yet.
All about me when he got married.
No, I
don't think we were hanging out at that time. I think we had kind of lost touch at that time. Like I found out. I think you were married for about a few months by the time we talked about it.
I think you was in state.
You were definitely married for a couple months by the time I heard you were married.
No, you was in state, I think, when I got married.
No, I was home. I was always at home. I'm always at home. Like I said, we had lost touch. But no.
I'm just saying. I think you was at State or Novi at that time.
No, right down the
I don't
street.
care anymore. So anyway,
That man could have walked out of my house and knocked on the door.
what happened?
So what about the second wedding?
Oh no, but wait, this is some tripped out. My boy that was supposed to be my wedding, his girl was pregnant, and she had something had happened. Her mom was tripped out. I'm like, hey Matt, go take care of your girl. I understand. No, you know, it's no big deal. So one of the bridesmaids was dating one of the guys that was working. One of our friends, mutual friends, is working as an attendant or whatever at my wedding.
Okay.
He can fit the suit same day as the wedding.
What?
So he ended up walking down the aisle with his girl.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, this is cool. It actually
That
worked out.
Yeah, that worked out. Okay, bet it up.
So no, everything went off pretty good except for the life and the marriage after that. But
right. What was the number? It sounds like Dame came out of pocket about $500 on a $10,000 wedding.
Not even that.
Right.
I think it was like 3 total.
Man, that's crazy.
I think 3 to 4 grand.
300? Oh.
Grand.
Right, on a like $15,000-$20,000 wedding. My man had it all.
The second wedding,
everything was a gift. What up, though, Keela? Appreciate you coming through as always. Appreciate you.
Kiki, do you love me?
So what about that? What about that second? What about that second wedding?
This is what I wanted to know. Did you go? How did already having the first wedding affect you having another wedding? Is what I wanted.
That's going to be my next question. So let's talk about the second wedding first, and then we're gonna. No, you're right, Hank. No, tell us that part first. How did being married that first time and doing that whole big old everything to do all that stuff? How did that make you not just feel, but how did it affect your going into this second marriage and saying, you know what, this is how we're gonna do things in this next wedding?
And another question to ask in that too, was that your wife? Was this her first marriage? Was it,
Yeah, this was definitely his wife's first marriage.
Okay.
This nigga married the child bride over here.
It was Jasmine's first marriage. I left it completely up to her. Yes, Jay.
See, I was completely hands on with the whole situation.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I was hands on. Oh yeah.
I was like, well, yeah, because you were trying to basically maneuver through managing everything as well as watching your costs as well as.
I'm a control freak. It ain't even really at the time I had the money, so it wasn't about the money.
Right.
Because at that point it was like you can't complain about how much nothing costs because you try to make sure you could do it in that time. Right. So when they tell you, all right, it's 2,000, it's 2,000, you might know you could probably get it for 600 from somewhere, but you can't do that right now. But
second marriage
is the time crunch.
Right.
Second marriage, I was left it up to her how she wanted to do it.
Oh, you did? Okay. So you did. So you took yourself out the equation, or your previous experience rather out of the equation.
I at that point I didn't really care. We know we want to be together. So $200 for the justice of the peace. I think it was like $25 to $50 for the wedding cake, Kroger. Now I knew somebody actually worked at Kroger, so they hooked me up. They had the same name as my wife, so I'm like, oh yeah, I'm getting married today. Oh, so this is for you. Okay. So I got the cake. He got me a new tie, new shirt.
The new tie. This man wore a suit he normally wears to Sunday service.
No, it's a white suit.
He's like, no, it's one I only wear to Tuesday service.
It's the one you wear before Labor Day and after Easter. So it was a white crispy suit. I still got it to this day. Only wore it like 4 times.
What about her wedding dress? Did she pay for it, or
she found it somewhere? She paid like, I can't remember. I think it's like 180 maybe.
Oh, man.
Y'all cut all the
costs. She was like, look, This is what we gonna do.
And it
And
and
Phyllis said
I
she knows
might
nothing
do an
about this
episode about
subject.
my.
What
I
up,
might
though,
have to
Jamie?
do.
Appreciate you showing up, bro. Always
I might
can
do
count
an
on you to come
episode
through.
about my wedding because you start as soon as you start naming shit, I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. Ah, fuck, I forgot about that.
and I'll be in there a second. Shoot, she made me think about her niece had some issues, some mental issues and emotional issues. So after the wedding, we got married, whatever, blah blah blah. You were there, you was the best man, and so we're heading to the reception at a place called Roma Village Italian eatery.
That was nice. That was really
Yeah,
nice.
that no,
That's where he spent all the money at. Because there was like 6 people at his wedding. He had like 30 people at the reception, bro. It was crazy. I was like, where did y'all come from? No, it's more than that, wasn't it?
No, it was the same people at the wedding.
No, it was more than you had a whole nother table full of people at that reception. I mean, at the dinner rather. Oh, man, I swear it was. I'm remembering stuff he ain't remembering. That's what it is.
He was blitzed. Yeah,
I remember the
Rosa.
cousin showed up, the auntie, the mama. It was a bunch of people there that was not at that wedding. Them people was not at the wedding, bro. It was 5 of us.
Her sister.
And half of them was our kids.
No, her sister. Her sister showed up.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's who wasn't at the wedding, but it was at the reception. Mm-hmm. But the funny thing is, we're leaving the chapel. There's a buffet across the street from the chapel, Chinese restaurant. Her niece was like, "We should go there and get something to eat."
No way. What? She was like, "Hey, we just gonna wing it." She just wanted to wing it.
I'm like, "What?"
Hey, whatever it takes.
and as a wedding gift, my boy Will here, he paid for some reason they had a rule like if they cut up the cake for us, they gotta charge us. Like, what the?
Oh yeah.
So we got knives.
Right.
So, but Will paid for it. I'm like, oh, good looking out.
I appreciate myself for that because I don't even remember. I'm just over there like, whatever it takes, baby. Have a great time. Right. So Dame definitely had about a $15,000 wedding. That first one. His second one, he cut it down to about $350. No, I guess I would estimate probably about 1,000, just under 1,000. The like I said, the reception was the reception. I mean, I guess you could still call it reception. The reception, that place was really nice. The little area they gave us was really nice. The food was great. That was probably one of the best dinners outside of actually your mom's, because when I went to your mom's wedding, that was a really nice yeah. But yeah, outside of that one, I think it was one other one I went to. A friend of mine, their wedding was like decked out. They spent at least $50,000 on their wedding, and they did the per plate thing for like 250 people. It was crazy. I was like, y'all wow for this, but the food was amazing.
My wife cousins, so we go to their wedding, and I'll never call these the niggas. These upscale black folk. Man, they had do-it-yourself cheesesteaks in the cocktail hour.
What? In the cocktail hour?
In the cocktail hour, bro. Wow. So my wife sets me up on a grown man play date. Her cousin and her girlfriend. These are their 2 boyfriends. They got me on the like boyfriend watch. First time I meet these two niggas first wedding they ever been to.
Right.
And these niggas is, man, they got an open bar. They said the bar gonna be closed. Nigga, I didn't dick 3 Long Islands. Cause
exactly.
If you ever go to a wedding and it's open bar from like 5 to 6, that means something's going tragically wrong here. He says they not gonna close the bar.
Right.
They're not gonna close the bar.
Open bar is everything at a wedding, bro. Open bar is everything.
Nigga had 3 Long Islands in 20 minutes, so he was dead.
Yeah.
And then they, like I said, they all these niggas in line. When I get up in the line, they got the soft ass rolls, and nigga, it's just all this cut up cheesesteak meat, and it's just make your own joint. Nigga, I'm cool. Fuck the dinner. I'm iced over here.
Exactly. That's wild. I ain't never heard nothing like that before.
Nigga, I talk about that shit anytime somebody asks me about a wedding. I always tell them niggas every time I see them. So man, them do-it-yourself cheese nigga, they had somebody rolling cigars as you asked for them outside, like on the patio.
Yo, that had to have
I'm
been
telling
$100,000 wedding, bro. That's crazy.
bro, when I tell you, you think anybody roll-up game is ever better than this lady? She was out there. She said, "What you like?" Got a whole selection. Which one you want? And she just,
Right.
here you go. Like, yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's dope. That's dope. Keela said, I admire y'all men for making that commitment and having the wedding experience. Appreciations, Keela. Appreciation. Yeah, so my first wedding, I definitely didn't spend as much as y'all did. this was my wife at the time when we got married. This was her second marriage. And so she had already did the big wedding. She had
So
already
hold
did.
up.
Yeah.
So now throw that to you, because then we get the reverse of that. Did that
Yeah.
kind of play
Yes.
into your wedding? Okay.
Yeah, that
Okay.
thoroughly affected how we planned out our wedding, because for me, I was one of them kind of guys that's like, it's up to you, babe, whatever you want, that kind of thing. And I was kind of bracing myself, because I was like, I saw her wedding pictures from her first wedding, and I'm like, oh wow, like they went crazy.
Damn.
But
Y'all
yeah,
had dolphins and swans and shit, huh?
exactly,
Damn.
literally, dolphins just popping out my pores. But then she was like, you know what? That shit was so for nothing. Like, I'm not doing that again. I was like, whoo, thank you, Jesus. But it was like, I did have some requirements that I wanted for the wedding. Like, I just kind of had some visions and or some expectations. So I kind of like had that input, but from a size, activity, even a location, I definitely didn't push for anything big, or not big, but anything substantial from what I wanted. I just basically was just like, this is up to you, your day, blah 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 blah. So she was just like, hey, we can get married in Vegas for all I care. And I was like, that's a great idea. So that's what we did. So we
Why do we always say it's her day? Because that was one of my things. This is
yeah,
not her day.
I
This is
mean,
our day.
not. I mean, at the time, I think I may have said that, but by the time I told her what I wanted out of it, I did was like, this is my day too. I'm gonna be there too. So I mean, but I think it's just one of those sayings, right? I mean, I don't know how many people subscribe to that. I know a lot of people do, but I don't know how many
A
people
lot of
truly
people do.
subscribe to
A
that.
lot of people do.
Yeah,
Dudes will just be like, yeah,
I
whatever.
hate that
Yeah,
whole.
whatever.
I hate those terminologies. It's her day. Like you're just part of it.
right,
Like
right.
your life doesn't matter in this whole ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I hate that whole term "happy wife, happy life."
Oh
Where
no, that's
no,
true. That part's true.
no,
That part I can
no,
guarantee is true.
no, happy spouse, happy house. Because if anybody who's not toxic would be like, the guy's feelings matter too. His mental state matters too.
Yeah, but if your wife ain't happy, you're gonna have a hard mental state.
If your husband ain't happy, you gonna have a hard joint too,
And them
though.
women, they don't be caring about what we think.
No,
I
Shout
guarantee
out to
you,
no,
man.
you
Vegas.
be, no,
They be looking at us like we just another one of the kids. They be like,
no,
whatever, nigga.
no. I've been to my first marriage when nothing was happening, just pissed. This before kids.
Did
You
you
know, you
notice
just
Did you notice she didn't care?
well, well,
That's why you're
that's
divorced now.
that's no, that's because she played for the other team. So
Hey, like I said, she
Oh
didn't
man,
care. Exactly. I'm right
she came
as
in.
usual.
She came in with the white home jersey. Oh shit.
So,
that mother
so
sparkling
I
thing.
took that stance of like, you know what you want to do, and she said, she's like, I can go to Vegas, and I was like, you know what, I love Vegas. Let's go do that. I mean, I hadn't been yet, but I was like, let's do that. So we decided to go to Vegas. We did a larger chapel, not a big, huge chapel, not like Bellagio or nothing like that, but we did a little bit larger chapel. We did do the whole, we went to the courthouse the day before kind of thing. We didn't like plan it out, or we didn't space it out or nothing. We did do the whole 1 day thing, but we had to book the chapel. We had to get all the stuff together for it. We had, friends that we invited. We also picked a place that would live stream it, so that way people who couldn't go, or people we didn't, think would be able to make that trip, we were like, don't worry about if you can make it or not. You can still see it. You'll be able to watch it. Worst case, we're going to have a copy of the video too. You can watch that. So it wasn't like no skin off anybody's teeth for not making it, because we felt like, hey, we're making it pretty much available for everybody to be there with us. And then we also kind of looked at it as an opportunity for us to kind of get double duty out of it, both a wedding and a honeymoon at the same time, which was something that I kind of had a requirement of. It was like, if we do a destination, at least we can have the wedding and the honeymoon at the same time and kind of be where we want to be. And so we kind of got, that 2-for-1 out of that. So the biggest things was her dress, which I don't know the exact cost of her dress. It was a dress she had, went to a bridal place and bridal shop and had it, picked it out, had it altered, all that kind of stuff. I believe she had one of those bouquets that you just buy from them, so she didn't have to worry about the flower part. What they call it, the chapel supply, all the other floral arrangements and stuff like that. We had a couple of her friends. Actually, we had a bunch of our friends that came down with us. I think it was about 8 people came down, or 6 people, and then one of my boys was already down there living there, and so he was down with being my best man. Funny story, he also is my wife's baby daddy. So
Oh wow.
but he's one of my boys.
Y'all got an all of us situation.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, but he was one of my boys. So, me and him, great friends. So it was like, hey, you know what? Be my best man. He's like, all right, bet it up. So he was already there. So we, that cut one of the costs. I believe I bought a suit specifically for the wedding. So I didn't do like a rental or anything. I actually bought a suit. So that was, whatever the cost of that was. I want to say it was like maybe $1,500, something like that. Like I said, I don't know how much the dress was. Pretty sure it had a little price tag to it. She actually bought the dress. She bought the wedding bands as well. I had bought the engagement ring and all that stuff, but she bought the wedding bands. So of course I got like the most simplest band, but it worked out. I didn't really
rings
care.
suck.
Yeah, once again, I didn't really care. And then like I said, the cost of getting us there, the cost of the lodging, the hotel we stayed at the Luxor. Anybody's familiar with the Pyramid hotel and casino that's down there in Vegas? We stayed there. We also actually bought a timeshare around that time. So, I don't know if you can add that cost in. So we basically bought our own vacation home while we were there, did it up. So, but the wedding itself with the pseudo reception and then the dinner afterwards, I would say roughly, I want to say, well, we also had we also paid for extra pictures, extra picture package rather, extra for like the drinks and stuff, and then we paid for everybody to eat at the dinner. So I would say, we probably spent roughly maybe $3,000, something like that. It may have been more, just because I don't know how much the cost of the dress was. But just a rough estimate, like $3,000, $4,000. So it was a fairly inexpensive setup, and but it was simple. You know what I mean? One thing I liked about it was a good in and out kind of thing. One, we didn't have no cleanup, we didn't have to do any setup. We just kind of had to come, show up, and just do our thing. So, I think I definitely appreciated that part of it. It's one of those things where I felt like, like Hype was just saying, the fact that she had already done the big wedding thing, it kind of affected like, we don't need to do the big wedding thing, that kind of thing. Now, when I get married again, will that affect that wedding where, I might even go low, or it's not lower, but smaller, maybe. But then again, I also will feel like, hey, whatever the woman I end up marrying wants to do, it'd be more, again, my preference to kind of, give her that opportunity to kind of have things the way she wants them. One, because I kind of just don't care about that part of it. I just, like I said, once again, I just kind of want certain things. I do want to do more of a full destination if I can do that, where we definitely go to like because I would love to get married on the beach, or I would love to get married on an island, that kind of situation. I think that would be dope. I want to get married in some kind of picturesque setting. What we did at Vegas, the chapel, the way it was set up, it was nice, but I want something nicer in terms of just scenic and picturesque.
I got you.
So
I got the perfect spot for you. Either Belle Isle or Babalo Island. There you go.
no thanks. Now, if I can get married on a mountain backdrop or along some kind of waterfall, I think that would be the dopest. So something like Hawaii, Fiji, stuff like that. I would love something like that. But
Photos is another thing. My man was a photographer, grew up across the street from me, so I got him to take the pictures because these niggas will try to tell you, "Oh, you're 10,000 to take pictures." What,
bro,
nigga?
I was just about to say that.
I got an
Got you.
HD camera right here in my pocket. You think I
Look,
can pay
do
you
not
Back
10?
forget.
then, the HD camera didn't really mean much compared to regular cameras, so we were stuck. But
I got you beat.
that wedding photo package, if I'm not mistaken, cost more than the wedding. Like it was, if it didn't cost more, it was right up there with it. Like
Honey,
I was like cringing at the cost compared to how much I knew I just spent on that chapel. I was like, bro, like this is crazy. But the
dude,
pictures were
I
amazing.
got you beat.
Called my man, said, "Look,
I
bro,
got
look,
you
this is
beat.
the budget."
Right.
I got you beat, Hank.
Oh yeah.
As a joke on Facebook, I'm saying wedding advice tip number some. I was just doing random stuff like instead of having a photographer do it, just have your friends' kids with a steady hand take your pictures.
That's
So the wedding
literally what really happened.
So
My
the wedding
daughter,
chapel, the guy got lost or something. He couldn't make the wedding. So my friend, this guy right here, one of his kids, was she 11 at the time?
no,
Aaliyah?
she'd have been 9.
Not Aaliyah. Steady hands took my wedding photos at my second wedding.
She was like
Hey,
9 years
listen,
old. She was doing all the pictures
before I pay somebody
on a cell phone.
$5,000 to take pictures, hell no. Like,
With my cell phone. With my cell phone.
that's what I'm saying. Where I couldn't tell you where my wedding pictures is at right now. I don't know. Like,
Really?
Dang. That's why I wasn't paying all this money for them.
That's crazy. That's
They were out
crazy.
here somewhere.
I believe my ex-wife has the actual photo album, the book, and then I saved all the pictures online on the
In fact, hold up.
like on
Hold
an
up.
online drive as well as on Facebook and stuff like that. So we had all the pictures electronically backed up.
Hold up.
The wedding book, I know it's like part of the little photo album collection that she has. So we did keep up with that. Because she had her first marriage book in that kind of setup too. So we
So
had all
maybe
that.
there you go, right there.
Oh, Keela said I do want to go to Dubai. So yeah, I mean getting married in Dubai. Oh, that's dope. Right? Hold on, let me
Yeah.
zoom in on that.
This is my
Hey,
oldest. Let me see. Hold up. My camera game is terrible.
dude,
All
what are
right,
you,
so
5'6"?
Okay. What you say?
What are you, 5'6"?
Nah, my wife is 6'2".
Dang.
My
Okay.
daughter is crying, snot all in her face, and all of that.
Heim got the tall baddie.
This is something too. Y'all keep saying cake. Let me get this one out. So we
Oh, right.
forget.
Heim said he got a cake story.
We forget about the cake. It's in the corner. First of all, air conditioner breaks the day of wedding at the venue.
Dang, bro, what didn't go wrong at your wedding?
They got
I told
married.
you this might be an
That's the only
episode.
good thing to happen.
Air conditioner breaks, and we got 270 something people there. We forget the cake is in the corner. Till somebody says, "When y'all gonna cut the cake?" Oh shit.
Oh man, yeah.
We go over there to cut the cake, and the whole damn cake falls apart.
Oh, for real.
My daughter, Kai, is 3 then. She's the only person that has a piece of cake. Her and one of my cousins. Only 2 people get a piece of cake. Kai throws up her cake all down her dress.
Oh, dang.
We then end up having to take Kai with us because we can't get nobody to take Kai with her. I'm like, yo, I'm telling my brother, like, as I said, my brother had just had his accident. I'm telling my sister, like, look, here go the keys to my house. Go get her something to wear,
Right.
just so we don't have to take her. They throw my wife's what's the joint called? You lift the joint when you kiss the bride. God, I can't think of the name of it. Whatever the veil.
All right.
They throw her veil away. I've been hearing about that for 6 years.
Oh,
Um,
damn. They threw it away?
they threw her veil away. We never ate. They threw our plates away. I think I ate like two. I ate 2 bites of macaroni. We went to
She's
Burger King.
Keela said she really don't want a wedding now. Keela, this is not how weddings go. Heinz has got
We
the
went
worst
to
luck with weddings.
we went to
Don't
Burger
ever
King.
get married to Heinz.
We went to Burger King after our wedding. Pull up in the drive-thru.
No, not the Burger King.
The girl starts
Not with the
crying.
dress on. With the dress on and the tux.
The girl starts crying in the drive-thru, like, "Oh my God, y'all look so nice." Like, so you want to let us get these milkshakes for free?
I know, right? Right. So we getting these milkshakes for free or no? I mean, just wondering.
And my daughter is with us the whole way, so we didn't get nobody to watch her. We had to take her with us. Oh, damn! I get married the week after Ramadan. I lose God knows how much Ramadan. My suit is 8 sizes too big now.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I dropped my phone getting out the car from getting my suit. My cousin runs over my phone. So, before the wedding, this is
Bro,
a couple weeks
how
before
did
the
y'all
wedding.
still get married? I still don't understand how y'all got married on
I told
How
you
you
the
know?
wedding.
No. My question is, how y'all still married?
I mean, no, that they have to be married after something like that. I mean, that's kismet. Like you go through all that during the wedding, you gotta stay married forever.
That's
now.
why I said, and this all is, like I said, it's what, it's 4 months. It was a 4 month span of all of this shit happened. Like I said, 2016, and I said my brother got married in September. So
Right.
all of this shit is happening. He's hurt. He
That's
gets
Keela.
married too.
Keela feels me. It must be meant. It must be meant. It's got to be.
Like,
That's all that's telling you. I mean, that's literally all that's telling you is that like this is just meant to be because you push through all that stuff just to still get married. That means y'all are meant to be together. Y'all. It's not even y'all supposed to. Y'all are meant to be together. That's God, bro. That's God.
I got a couple more for you. My oldest, like I said, my oldest daughter.
I don't even
baby
know if I want to know anymore because at this point, man, all weddings are doomed.
Kai is crying because they won't let her wear makeup. So she cries all through the pictures. We take the pictures before the wedding. Fuck all of that. We gonna go disappear for 3 hours and everybody gonna wait for us to come back to eat. That's stupid. We take the pictures before the wedding. She's crying through all the pictures because they didn't let her put makeup on. Then the ceremony happens. She's crying so hard she has to come up here with us.
Wow.
So she always called the wedding when we got married. Because
when we got married, exactly.
And then you said, my uncle who does the ceremony, his brother has a heart attack or some shit, ends up in the hospital that morning.
Bro, okay, that's enough. I don't want to know no more, bro.
One more.
I don't want to know.
Like I said, this is not her day.
This is the worst.
Like, what the fuck? What do you mean? I'm supposed to just walk in on the side, nigga? I'm getting an entrance. Fuck is you talking about? My mom is giving me away. What are you talking about? Like, I'm not just walking up on the side. Like, that's not how this is working. Then they're gonna tell me my cousin, my best man, like, yo, Ro can't come down the aisle. Nigga, Ro can come down wherever the fuck. I paid for this shit. You gonna tell me he can't come? Nigga, you come down by yourself. Fuck is they talking about? So I came down with my mom and her mom.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot happened. You know what I'm saying? July 17th, 2016.
I ain't never heard that much craziness in a wedding before in my life.
And I can keep going, but I ain't even.
That's wild. That's wild. Yeah. That's...
Love you, girl.
So, back to how much weddings cost. One thing that I found in my research, and while kind of looking at the true cost of weddings these days, but also trying to understand how much has it changed over time. I started looking at the trends, how much weddings cost, if it's truly gone down, have people really truly started putting more emphasis on the marriage versus the wedding. And so I did find that it's kind of true. It's kind of true. So this is from Business Insider. It's from their personal finance page, and they had some research from the Knot, one of the top wedding sites out there, wedding planning websites, and they found that the average cost of weddings each year, and mind you, a lot of weddings, the average cost of a wedding can get directly influenced by larger weddings. They were saying that $1 million wedding can cause the average cost of weddings to push up to $10,000. So take this with a grain of salt. is more of a guideline, not an expectation. But in 2015, the average cost of a wedding was $32,000. 2016, the average cost increased to 35. Then it started to slowly drop. And in mind you, in 2014, I believe it was 2009 through 2014, it had continuously increased. 2017, and the cost of weddings started to drop. 33,000 in 17 and 18. 19 dropped down to 28,000, and you got to think that's pre-pandemic. Pandemic, $19,000 during the pandemic, and then in 2021, 22,500. So there has been this decreasing trend of the cost of weddings over time, and a lot of the services, a lot of the things that people put into weddings is what kind of drove some of that, or what they're not putting into weddings. So they kind of broke down what the average cost of a wedding it looks like. What kind of guides those numbers. So they were talking about doing the wedding and reception venue, the officiant, the rehearsal dinners, dresses, tux. And they generally found that most people rented tuxedos versus buying suits. Wedding photographers and videographers, invitations. As you can see, that wedding photographer costs here. That's one of the bigger costs. Invitations, planners, rings, catering for guests, and rings are just talking about the actual wedding bands. Like I was saying the hype earlier when we said is the rings included.
Y'all
You
did
can
rehearsal
include the
dinners?
wedding rings, but not the engagement bands. Our wedding rings and bands, but not the engagement rings. Engagement rings, average cost of an engagement ring is still in the tens of thousands, like $20,000-$30,000 is the average cost of a wedding ring.
Does anybody do rehearsal dinners?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, a lot of people. I've had several cousins and friends or associates that have done weddings in the last few years, and they've all done rehearsal dinners. The cake, the flowers, reception, DJ and band, wedding day, transportation, stuff like that. All that goes into it. Now, where people are cutting costs, they're cutting costs on things like doing dual services, like instead of a separate photographer, videographer, have somebody or have a service that can do both. Buying suits ahead of time, getting like 2-for-1 deals like Dame did. This dress cost though, I'm suspect on this because I know too many people who spent $5, $6, $7,000 on the dress. I've seen them as low as $1,600, but I spent like $1,600 on my daughter's prom dresses. Like, so.
Bro, my mom is a seamstress. That number ain't right.
Right.
Back in my day, my mom would make, when I was in school, she probably make 20, 25 prom dresses, 30 prom dresses a year.
Mm-hmm.
So I know the wedding dresses when she would be doing them, and you do that. That's not the right number. I don't know where they got that from.
Yeah,
that might be from David's Bridal or
Will.
something.
I saw it. Jamie said, "Damn, Hype." He's still reeling from Hype's story.
Shit was real.
But yeah. What else? Another thing that they're cutting out. Of course, they're cutting out wedding planners. Like, who needs a wedding planner? We got the internet. We got websites. There's tons of ways you can plan a wedding without having to hire a wedding planner. Rings. A lot of people are spending less on wedding bands.
The rubber ones. That's why they're either getting tattoos or on their ring finger, or they're getting those rubber rings, because some people got professions where metal won't do. Like my wife has one where she wears to the hospital.
All right.
Like those rubber rings that you can come off when they're bendable, whatever.
Oh, right.
But she also has her real one, her metal one, that she doesn't wear that's nearly as much. But anyway, that's besides the point.
Right.
So my wife upgraded the band, and we're not even gonna talk about the engagement ring, but she upgraded the band. It cost more than the original band that went with her ring.
Oh, okay. And then ready reception, DJ and band. Most people are not hiring bands anymore. They're hiring DJs, and they're cutting a few costs that way. DJs are still expensive, but nowadays everybody knows a DJ. Like, people are DJing off a laptop, so spending $1,500 to $2,000 on a DJ is just not a thing anymore. Most DJs, it's $400 to $800 to get a DJ, or less, because you might know somebody who's a DJ. So a lot of people are
I
cutting
had my
costs that
Bluetooth
way.
hooked up.
All you doing is paying for a whole bunch of speakers they got
Spotify,
that nobody else has, and their laptop and whatever music selections they got.
I'd say yeah,
Boy, niggas,
Spotify.
But
People
boy, that
using
yeah, they got
YouTube.
yo
I saw
YouTube.
got
somebody use
last night.
YouTube for
Yeah,
their wedding reception music.
Chill,
yeah,
you out of pocket
yeah.
commercials
Because
and all that.
Spotify don't have everything.
You said
Yeah,
Spotify has what?
Spotify don't have every song because some artists don't want to pay for Spotify for that.
Spotify got them. Don't worry, they got them.
Because India Reese said she don't have Spotify. She don't have Spotify.
Oh, okay. That's probably why they're
Let me
using the
jump.
YouTube then.
Let me jump in with this one because this is something that you said in the beginning, Willie, about people spending all this money on the proms and reveal parties and all this goofy shit. This is how we got to all of that type shit is because marriage is no longer the goal.
Yeah.
People's goal is no longer to get married, to have this big elaborate, hey, we got married and we're going to show screaming in front of God in the world. People ain't looking to do that. People are looking to do whatever in the moment that they can get instant gratification from. What can I do to get 1,000 views and 100 likes on this post or this picture or whatever? This is why
And
niggas
that
this is why niggas are pulling up to the prom, to the house, to the block for the Maserati to go to the prom. Guess what? When you get to the prom, nobody's standing outside to see what you pulled up in.
Right.
Nobody's out there. Nobody gives a fuck. Everybody on the block who's seen you pull up in this joint know that I just let your mom hold $500 and knew she didn't have it. Know that they just gave you a stack because you all ain't have it. I know that you don't got the money for this shit, so why are you fronting for me? The niggas at the school that you're supposed to be fronting for, nobody's outside to see you pull up in this shit. So why are you pulling up in this shit?
and depending on which prom you're going to, nobody's going to care in the future. If you're a senior prom, you have a future after that. You're either going to be working at Burger King,
Damn.
or you're a temp
Yes.
agency. You're at a low rated temp agency that's paying $7 something an hour or 11, or you do something real with your life, like actually going to school.
Nigga, you making 11 and 18, no kids, nigga, you up. You
right. Yeah. Sad but true. Sad but true.
All I got is a cell phone bill, nigga. I'm killing
Right.
them this weekend.
Right. So my last question of the night is, if you had to do it all over again, third time Dame, second time Haim, what would you do differently with your wedding?
I would definitely not do it in a 4-month situation. Like I said, my brother having his accident and my man getting killed kind of derails everything.
If you stop talking, because you're making me depressed, dude.
Damn.
So I definitely just would have stopped, pumped the brakes, and not even about arguing about all of this other shit. It's just like, let's just take the time and see what the fuck is going on. Because at this point, it's like you ain't even have enough time to sit there and wallow in anything because this shit got to keep moving on. And like I said, my brother got married 2 months after I got married. So we went straight from, we was already going through all of the shit for his wedding to, oh yeah, Hank proposed to his wife and now they getting married before they getting married. So like, I would just not have did none of that shit.
Got you. Dang, what would you do differently if you had to get married a third time?
Not. No, I know that's one thing I do wish that she did have Jasmine can experience that. She doesn't feel regret, but I think she wonders how the whole experience is and have all that hoopla.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I do regret with her is not giving her the big wedding.
Well, there's always vow renewals that people do that are built just like weddings. So
no, I'm not doing that. No, because it to me it doesn't make any sense. Like, why are we renewing something that's going to be permanent anyway? We did it right the first time.
Doing your commitment, baby.
So we can update these pictures and the kids can be there. That's what it's really about.
No.
And you can do exactly what you said. You can give her the experience, the hoopla, the stuff she missed. Do that for her, Dame. 10 years down the line, do that. Oh, damn, you just missed it.
We
Excuse me, gentlemen. My wife just came up the steps to tell me. She said, you do it again so that my wife can get her wedding. These are her words. And she also said, did I tell y'all that this was my wedding and not hers? She's still waiting for her wedding.
Oh, so this is the truth is finally being revealed.
I need
What did I tell you from the rip? Control freak. I'm on top of
I
everything.
feel you, Mrs. Hype. I was just telling Dame that give that woman the wedding she deserves.
You
Give
could
it to
log on to
her.
the YouTube and get in the comments, love, and then you could be a part of the show. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, what show you talking about?
That will be the GFT Radio Network Monday night show. # join the conversation every Monday at 10 p.m.
Oh, what about, hey, what you have a show too, right?
That will be the Hot Hustle Podcast with Hype, available every Tuesday at 2 p.m.
Tan said, right, Hype. She said, that's right, wife. That's right.
All streaming platforms.
Let them know.
We only accept 5 stars over here at the Hot Hustle Podcast with Hype. Shout out to Tan.
Gotcha. Okay, I was just making sure we can still find you.
My bad.
Yeah, just make sure we can still find you.
No doubt.
No, we got a house now, so we ain't doing all that stuff. No.
Nah, bro, you can do it. You can still do it, bro. You can still do it.
Okay.
You missed 10. Wait, what? How many years y'all been married?
9.
Now, so you can still do that.
Yeah, you next year, Dan. You right there, Dan. There you go.
You can do that. See, Tan just said it. Tan said usually 5 or 10 years later, you're better off financially and probably love each other even more. Look at that. See, even more reason to renew.
No, this is why I'm not doing it. No.
See, she'll be bigger in the pictures this time. She'll be the flower girl. She'll remember it. Oh yeah, Dame. Just let us know.
Just let us know. I know. Send that invite on over, baby. We waiting on it.
You know what? I think invite too. Yeah, I do have some video editing from the first wedding. Just put everybody a little there in there. You know, we can't hear you. You muted yourself.
That's because my wife is standing here talking to me. So this is what I'm about to do. I'm about to give her because she's talking about her phone died. So I'm about to give her my phone so she can log on to her YouTube and then she can jump in these comments.
That I'm there.
Can you be there with money? Can you be there with money? That's all I'm asking.
So look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna let you sign in as me. Okay, I got y'all exclusive content right here. You know what I'm saying? You are signed in as me. Here on my headphones.
Breaking GFT radio news.
Right.
We got a sounder for that. Hey, we do got a sounder for that.
Oh, see, Tan said she bring good gifts. See, look, even more reasons to do another wedding because you can get more gifts out of it. Milk it, baby, milk it.
I'm not about to milk tequila just for. No. Maybe 15.
Maybe at 15. Okay. Yeah, y'all did just buy a house. I give you that. You just bought a house, so yeah. Then at least the baby will be a little bit older. Josiah he'll be a little older.
Now he gonna play the I just bought a house card.
He always play that card. He always trying to play that card. He always like to slide that in there, like I just bought a house. I'd be like, damn, I just asked you, did you want a Verner's or something? No, I just bought a house. Right. Bro.
So what y'all doing the fans' perspective tonight? Yeah, man, I bought a house.
right. So I said, damn, what do you think about that game? Well, now that I bought a house, I just want to make sure y'all know.
Now that I'm lounging in my chair in my new home that I just purchased, it makes it so much easier to watch these games.
But yeah, appreciate everybody's comments, appreciate everybody's answers. Oh shit, I didn't do my answer. So I have to do it again, right? Eventually, I'll find the right one that I want to do this again with, and be able to have the opportunity to do it all again. At this point, like I said, I'm going to leave it up to her, right? I'm going to leave it up to her, not completely, because I'm not a control freak like Hype, but I do have some things that I want. I mentioned it earlier. I think we were just talking about that, what things that I would like to see. Like I said, I would love to do a destination. I want picturesque. I want water in the background, mountains, something like that. I want some kind of beautiful destination to go to, do that wedding up right. Beach will be perfect. If not a beach, absolutely. something where it just feels like we don't merge the outdoor with the indoor, whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying? To kind of really do it up. Once again, I'm still gonna 2 for 1 that destination / honeymoon if I can. I'm more than willing to do that just because I know when I vacation, I usually try to do something, some type of experience, and I think that would be the ultimate experience, right? You go somewhere and you get married. You know what I'm saying?
The ultimate experience for you would probably go to Comic-Con for your wedding.
No, that would not be the. I am not going back. I am not going back to Comic-Con. They just sent me an email today. I'm like, delete.
You got cosplay for your wedding.
I don't even
when I was
cosplay when I go
Saudi,
to Comic Con. No, I'm straight. I'm straight.
I, I
Don't worry,
just
ladies. I am not out here trying to nerd up my wedding.
I just seen this that somebody had at a wedding last weekend.
I take it this was not Hype that wrote this.
This is not hype. No, this is not hype.
Mrs. Hype said Hype is not allowed to plan our next wedding. He can show up, cry, and take pictures.
First of all, Hype did not cry when she saw me when she got off the elevator and seen me in the hotel. She started tearing up, but she didn't want to mess up her 6 pounds of makeup. But, kid definitely held it together. This is one thing I was salty about.
Some of us guests ain't got no money.
Sorry, Ken. I tried to pay that card before. He don't believe me. For his wedding.
I wanted some pyro when I came out. Like, when the rock comes out and the sparklers is flying. I was salty that I couldn't get my pyro. So at my next wedding, there will be pyro. Because I seen a video of somebody this weekend, they had pyro.
Oh, really? At a wedding?
Oh, yeah.
Don't be like JPP and blow off your finger now.
I don't know. I come in and then, I come down the aisle and the sparks fly.
Oh, you trying to be like Goldberg. Okay.
Oh, no. Goldberg's walking through the sparks. He's tripping. I'm not breathing it in and all of that. He was tripping.
Mrs. Himes said he wanted a wrestling match entrance.
That's I did. A WrestleMania joint, big
a WrestleMania joint.
Hey, go big or go home.
Copy that. Hey, man, you only get married 3 times or so make it at least.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta make them count.
Got to make them count, right, for sure. But yeah, we'll see what happens. For the Hype's renewal. See if Mrs. Hype gets her way finally. Maybe we'll see. We're rooting for you, Mrs. Hype. We're rooting for you because I don't know what you're gonna do at this point. This man is spoiled.
I told him I'm a ball dominant guard. I have to have the ball at the top of the key. You know what I'm saying? I'll get all the doms.
Okay, so Stephen Marbury.
I'm saying I can't stand on the wing and be Robert Ory.
Right. No doubt. Do we have a after show topic, Dane?
Not this.
I feel like we did. Oh, I know what my after show topic was. Did you guys see my post in the?
Until you play the music.
Join the. Oh, right. My bad. Thanks, Dane. Appreciate you for coming through with the reminder. Let me get rid of all these overlays. All right, before I segue into our topic, I want to remind you guys that you can go over to the Join the Conversation group over on Facebook.com/GFT Join the Conversation to make sure, or Facebook.com/groups/GFT Join the Conversation, so that you can join us for all the hot topics that we're always talking about, things that interest us, things that are funny, things that are hot topics and conversation points. Today we're going to talk about this post that I just made and what we thought of this, because this I mentioned in the thing I was going to have my comment. I didn't make my comment yet, but I did agree with some comments that were made. So we're going to bring this up. So here's the deal.
No.
Pays for him and his friend to sit in first class.
Just no.
Paid for his wife to sit in economy. What kind of bullshit?
He's gay.
I need to see the comments. I missed the comments. I saw this headline.
No, he's gay. That's his lover. That's his lover, his undercover lover. He's trying to keep it straight, but no.
Well, here's the story. The story is the husband and wife been together for years. The husband's been going on these trips with his best friend. Best friend and him been doing sporting event trips, so that's why he hasn't been taking the wife. But this year they're doing some kind of different destination. It's not quite a sporting event trip, so they're like, "Hey, wife, this time this is your chance to come hang out with us. We're gonna do this trip, and we're gonna leave the kids at home. Let's do this." So she's excited. She's thinking like, bet I'm going to finally get a chance to go on this trip with my husband and his friend. check out, this great life that they're living out here without me and see what's up. So I don't know why it says he paid for my ticket and everything else since she's a stay-at-home mom with no job. That was my first clue that this was going to be red flag city because she described it like that. Sounds like some BS already. So when she gets to the airport, she finds out this person that's supposed to be her husband, has booked first class tickets for himself and his buddy. She got economy class. She literally has to sit in the back by herself while they live it up in first class. So, so of course she's a little pissed. She confronts him, tells him that, this is BS. He refused to discuss it, yells at her, tells her that he paid for the ticket. Isn't that enough? She got to stop acting like royalty. That, that technically she don't work anyway, whatever the case may be. So, of course, that made her upset. She cries, so he takes his tone about the situation, asks her to still go, begs her, pleads with her, but she's like, nope, I'm not even going now. This is BS. You treat me like crap, whatever the case may be. So later on, after she goes home, picks up her kids, goes to the crib, she gets a text message from the homeboy, telling her, calling her out, telling her she's entitled, that this is the reason they didn't take her in the past, and that she just proved his point of why they shouldn't even invited her. So of course, she just blocked them, but she's like, what the hell? Like, this nigga done rolled up on me, and she tells the husband. Husband didn't get mad at the friend. He gets mad at her and says that if she keeps crying about being excluded, that this is what happens when he finally. No, he's upset that this is what happens when he finally decides to include her. And this is just
okay,
an avalanche of BS all over the place. What's y'all thoughts?
This shit is faker than.
No, actually, it's not. It's scary. It's not. It's that this is actually happening. I've seen this actually happen.
There's no way in hell. There's nothing that we could be celebrating. This
particular instance could be fake, but I've actually seen this happen.
There's nothing that me and my man could be celebrating that we're in first class and my wife is not. If it was, I'm paying for the tickets, guess who's not up here? Him.
No, nobody. No, at this point, nobody. We all sitting in the economy.
Right.
Like, there's nothing that would make me tell my wife, all right, well, you go back there by yourself while we up here. I don't give a fuck if it was you go up there by yourself and we'll be back here. There's nothing that I'm doing to separate us in that situation. Two, that's why I said the shit gotta be fake. You're not calling my wife to cuss her out about whatever.
Right, bro.
Unless you caught her with a hammer in her, okay, then you can cuss her out. At that point, you still need to call me though. But you're not just cussing my wife out, telling her she's anything other than a great mother. You know what I'm saying? That's not flying. And why would you still go? I don't know, he begged me and all of that. Like, whatever. None of this makes any kind of sense. Like, I don't think that this shit really happened. I think these niggas just wanted you to click this shit and have everybody talk about it for the next couple of days.
Dan, what's your comment?
Oh, you didn't hear it before? He's gay. If that's
I caught that. That's your whole explanation. You're like that's it.
He did have on a home jersey in that photo there. Dan, that wasn't white.
I'm a crispy white. I'm a sun hot white.
Sun kissed.
Dude, it's no way that one, you're going to disrespect my wife like that, and you're going to talk to her in any type of way. Two, I'm not separating myself from my wife. I included her on a trip. I invited her on this trip. She's going to have the best time ever. So either me and my wife want to sit in first class, and me and you want to hook up later because this is our trip. Or since I'm paying for everything, all three of us sit in economy. We all want to chill together. We rode there together on a plane together. We're going on a trip together. We're gonna hang together. I'm just saying that's the way I roll. Like,
Dame, if we going on a trip, Dame, and I say my wife is coming, why the fuck didn't you bring your wife or a girl or any company at all? Why would we be going on a trip with three of us?
Right.
If it's not
that,
three dudes or three girls, why the fuck would
that,
you like?
that
Why would I
that's
say
my
I'm
other.
gonna go with Dame and his wife? Like,
I was going to get to that. Secret lovers maybe want to bring his wife in slowly to bring her along as a threesome.
that's not a threesome. That's
Maybe.
a party.
Not a party.
Well, for her,
Two hammers is a party.
I'm just saying, yeah. So that was my other thought. Is he's bi. He wants his best friend and his wife to get together so they can. He has both best of both
Complete the
worlds.
trifecta. But yeah, so I definitely said the same thing. I was like, obviously he's gay. Obviously this is his lover. Obviously they've been doing these secret little trips. Either they were doing the what they call those trips where the sex trips where they go they get a hotel suite and they filter in you know 5 to 10 women and they just run through 5 to 10 women during the trip. I had a guy I worked for a few years ago, and he told me he was going on these trips, him and his boys, and it was so crazy to me because he mentioned where he was going, and his girlfriend at the time worked with us, and I was just like, bro, like why she never looked this up to see why him and his boys are always going on this same little trip every year, like every year to the same place, like bro, that's crazy. So I was like, yeah, they're
Where
definitely
was
going on
those
the
kind
sex
of
trip.
trips back in the
But
day?
this right here, that's what I was thinking. Like this is either them. This is their little getaway. These two guys, this is their little getaway, or this is something secret little thing they've been doing. But now that they're going someplace else, it's okay. Now she can come because they're not gonna have prostitutes in and out of the place. So it's like, all right, cool, you can come now. But like you said, Dame, like why would you separate yourself from your wife? Like first off, and then two, you're literally like I can even see, I would give them a pass if it was the two of them sitting in a row together and her behind or in front of them. I can see if it was that. Like, oh, me and him gonna sit together. You sit up there or you sit back here, whatever y'all want to do, whatever the configuration is. Like, I can even see that. I'll even let that pass. Like, oh, this the homie. We gonna be sitting here talking about stuff. You gonna be sleep anyway. If he played it like that, I'd have been like, you know what, that's fine.
It's 3 seats in a row.
Yeah. No, I mean, well, some planes, yeah, some planes it is, yeah. I don't do them kind of seats. I'm
That
sorry.
or we can switch
You know
seats
me, bro.
in between flights.
I don't travel like that. No, but
Yeah, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm exit row kind of guy myself. If I can't get to the front,
but no, yeah, definitely. If you're on a bigger plane and it's like you like three in a row, all three of y'all can sit together. But like he might be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sit in the middle. He gonna be over here so we can kick it. So that's something like that. But sitting up there, putting her in a completely different section, even if he like, so this is the scenario that I actually witnessed happen. I was getting on a flight. I think I was going to DC or something, and there was a group of people going on the same trip or whatever, not the same trip, but it's going on the same flight, and they were I want to say it was like either 2 couples or 3 couples. It was some number of couples. 2 people out of the group get a upgrade to first class because on Delta or United and Delta do this. They'll have a board and they'll be like, here's the first class automatic upgrades. Whoever's actually bought the tickets will be at the top. Any free seats at the bottom will get this, like it's almost like an automatic lottery based on like your status and all this other stuff. 2 people ends up getting these first class seats. They're not in the couple. They're 2 separate people. Their companions were still
flip a
in
coin.
economy. So the conversation, one of the couples, one of the companions was like, look, I think I should be able to sit with my companion and maybe you can come back here with your person and that way, we can be together, that kind of thing. And of course, the other person was like, "Oh no, I got I got to upgrade too. So I want to take advantage of first class. Let my companion come up here." And then one of the other people was like, "Shoot, I'm sitting up here regardless. And it was funny to me because I remember it being a guy saying that, and he literally was like saying he basically was going to leave his wife or girlfriend, whoever was with him, in the economy while he sat up in first class. He didn't care what configuration they wanted to do. He's taking his upgrade. And I thought that was so weird, but also it was like one of those situations where it wasn't planned. It wasn't, I wouldn't give him a pass, but the fact that it happened is not something that's not planned. Now, if that would happen to these people, that'd be different. She'd be like, oh, they called us up and two of them got the upgrade, but I didn't. And now they're talking about, oh, well, we're going to be talking about sports and stuff. So we just going to go ahead and take these seats since we both got the upgrade. I would probably give him a little inch on this one. But the fact that they planned this out is super suspect to me. It's real weird. It's demeaning to her. He definitely doesn't value his marriage. He doesn't value that relationship, and then he allows his boy to demean her by, like Hank said, sitting up there.
Even if we bought these tickets, even if we bought these tickets 6 months ago and now she's going, if we can't get another first class and she's up here, I'm not sitting up here with you, Dave.
Exactly.
Willie, I'll be back there, Willie.
Hey, I'm not mad at you.
I'll trade with a random. But like you said, now two of us, me and Willie's girl, end up getting upgraded. I'm gonna tell Willie, look, we're gonna flip a coin. If call it in the air.
Exactly.
If you win, you can have a seat. If I win, my wife gets the seat. But we're not gonna be like, so hey, so what you like to like? We're not about to do that.
Exactly.
We're not about to make new friends on this flight. That's not what we're doing.
And if I was in a group and it was like two of the wives got upgrades and we didn't, I would be okay with the two wives going up there by themselves.
Yeah.
Be like, all right, y'all live it up. We'll be all right back here. I'll be okay with that. I'm not about to sit there and be like,
that's not what this. Yeah, that's not what this situation is.
Not at all.
If you and your girlfriend got upgraded, yo, man, y'all go ahead and enjoy it. Tell me about the crab legs when I, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But we're not about to just be flat out. Oh no, me and Lamar up here.
Right.
See you when we get the baggage claim.
Right. Now another thing I did witness.
I'll meet you at the carousel.
I had a coworker who was heavy into traveling, and him and his wife would do occasional travels together, but best believe he had 2 or 3 trips he would take with his homies and would leave her behind regardless if she wanted to come or not. He would always be like, no, this is just for the fellas. This is all just for the fellas. And I always thought that was weird to me too. Like, bro, like if your wife want to go, let her go. What's wrong with her going? Like, even if you feel like, oh, well, this is really just, I'm like, I can see 1 trip for the fellas, maybe 2, but 4 or 5 trips, and your wife like, you know what? I don't even have to be in the same room with y'all. I just want to be where you at so we can have some time every, around this time. You going for 5-6 days with your boy? Nah, bro. I'm sorry. I've never been I've never been big on giving up my time with my woman to go hang out with a bunch of dudes. That's just not me. That's just not me. I've never understood that. I don't appreciate guys over my woman that much. I'm sorry, I just don't.
Once I'm drunk, I don't want to be arguing with you over who ate Hot Pockets at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna be like, I'll see you niggas in the morning.
Exactly.
I'm going in there.
My wife want to cuddle. I'm about to go cuddle.
I'll meet you niggas at the breakfast buffet in the
morning. I'm about to drunk cuddle with my wife. I'll see y'all later. And when I was married, man, I went out, hung out with the fellas. We went to the strip club. We went to another club. We hung out to 3-4 in the morning. Best believe, once the hangout was done, I was done. I was like, all right, I'm going to my room, going right to my suite.
Now, I do have one friend. Their kids have special needs, so they do take separate vacations because they always have to have somebody there. So now I understand that. That scenario is understandable. This is just straight suspect.
yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
He went Windhorse on us. You think he didn't peep the fingers?
Both of them.
Something's going on in Utah.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
Those mountains are broke.
Well, like I said, make sure you guys get over to the Join the Conversation group. Go leave your comments behind. Let us know what you think. We always got great content here over at the GFT Radio Network. Mondays at 10 p.m. we have the GFT Radio Show. Tuesdays at 2 p.m. we have the How to Hustle podcast with Hype. Wednesdays at 9 p.m. we have the Styles and Chevy recap. We're going to be doing She-Hulk episodes each week. I believe we're going to start with episode 1 this week. We're going to have to skip next week and then follow up the following week and do episodes 2 and 3. Sex with Sunny Live is on 2 Fridays out the month. There will be no shows this month. They'll be in September. She's going to follow, or she's going to come up with a couple of shows for that. The Fans Perspective every other Sunday at 9 p.m. Make sure you guys check that out. They got sports, highlights, debates, all that good stuff. And our newest show, Styles and Dane Presents One Crazy Month. Actually, we were supposed to do the show Sunday, and I forgot. My bad, bro. So we're gonna try to.
I think I was booked anyway with the show.
Yeah, I was too. I think I was sleepy or something. I don't know. But bottom line, we'll get together hopefully this weekend coming up. I do have a busy weekend, but I don't think I have anything planned for Sunday unless something pops up. And I got to go take care of something. If I do, then we'll figure it out. We'll definitely figure it out. And then periodically throughout the month, get over with Gaming with Styles over at gamingwithstyles.com. I just dropped another video with One Finger Death Punch. Make sure you guys go check out the replay. Bring in the Carnage. Make sure you guys go check that out. That's just various times throughout the month. So make sure you turn on those notifications. Turn on those notifications. Other than that, you will miss out. When the random shows pop up, special editions of the Fans Perspective, Gaming with Styles, anything, you want to make sure you know. And just to get the reminders for all of our other shows, especially for the How to Hustle podcast with Hank on Tuesdays at 2, make sure you get those notifications. You can fall through and check out all the action over there.
Before we finish, when we're saying that the guys were gay, we weren't bashing. We're just telling the scenario. We're not, because we have a couple of people who might be a little sensitive to what we were talking about in the group and online and period in general. We weren't bashing or discriminating.
I am not making no disclaimers. If you are sensitive, you know where the button is. Hit the button. Hit the other button. You know where the other button is. Anyway, make sure you guys check out Sunny over at @Sunny_D at IG, Snapchat, Twitter, and TikTok. We missed you there, Sunny. Hopefully everything's good, and we'll see her next week. Make sure you check out her blog over at unreservedlyme.com. Make sure you guys check out Smooth over at eTrenton Grooming on Twitter. Visit him over at akingstruth.com or catch him at akingstruth on Snap. Hype.
Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Hype. That's HYMPE. It's Hype. It's not Hype. I'm not geeked up. Episode 77 of the How to Hustle podcast with Hype is out tomorrow on the GFC Radio Network at 2 p.m. And that one is What Does Your Happily Ever After Look Like? That is featuring the Truth and Coffee Time podcast. Also H2H Cleaning, my cleaning company, Custom Hustle World on Instagram for all your custom needs. Do your back to school shopping with us, baby.
No doubt.
Hola, mi nombre es Demon. You can catch me at Another Level Up on Instagram.
Okay.
Shinlo21 on Twitch, Checkmate21 on TikTok, and Shinlo21 on Xbox Network.
Shinlo el dos cinco.
Right. Banque Uno or something like that, right? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Get at me everywhere at Willie Styles on IG and Twitter. I'm over at Willie.Styles on Snapchat and TikTok. Find me over at gamingwithstyles.com for gaming. That's what I'll be doing over there. StylesRadio.com for all the hot tracks that I'm listening to. I haven't exactly started yet, but I'm going to be listening to the new Game, The Game album. I'm going to be checking that out. Just listen to some 42 Doug, straight out of Detroit. Just listen to some Cash Doll. Make sure you guys go over there, check out the hot tracks. Previews and full tracks are over there as well.
Careful, Will. Might get deleted.
Make sure you go check that out. I ain't getting deleted for that one. That one's good. So make sure you guys check that out over at stylesradio.com or hit me up at williestyles.info. That's williestyles.info. Styles with a Z.
Just got flagged.
For all my links. Get at your boy. Thanks again for coming in. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow, everything. Make sure you do everything. You know, tell your friends. Let them all know. So we got nothing but the greatest content over here at the GFT Radio Network. Until next time, we are out.
Yo, it's your boy Dame here.
Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D.
Yo, it's your boy Smooth from the GFT Radio Network.
What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building.
Join us Mondays at 10 p.m. live on Twitch, YouTube, and our Facebook. And if you miss us, don't worry. You can catch it on our website, gftradioshow.com. And if you feel like talking to us every day, join our Facebook group.
At Join the Conversation, the group where you can discuss all kinds of topics.
Catch me also, Fans Respected, Dope Sports Show. Holla at your boy.
You can cop some merchandise over at our store, teespring.com/stores/GFT Radio. You can get t-shirts, sweatshirts, masks, and even more.
Next time on GFT Radio, what are we talking about? Join the conversation to find out.
Make sure you get at us on GFTradioshow.com for all of our